Welcome, gals and ghouls. It's me, Elvira. Well, kind of. I mean, it's Veronica, but it's Elvira. So, hopefully, you're here to watch me create a masterful creation. One of your greatest nightmares. So, make some noise in the chat. Unfortunately, I can't see the chat right now. So, I'm going to have to fix that. Okay. So, sorry I have to keep the glasses on. I am legitimately completely blind, and this is why this is too hot here. So, I will have to wear my glasses. I don't get contacts for another couple of weeks. So welcome to the stream. Hopefully, if you're here, say hi. There's going to be lots of fun things that we're going to work on today. In fact, the model we have for this evening is not me. It is not my mannequin. It is the TV League cowgirl. So we actually have to undress her a little bit. That way we can put some new clothes on her. So this is a 1/16 scale action figure. 1/6 scale action figure. I have a commission for a gentleman who was supposed to see Elvira this year, but you know, COVID happened. So at some point he'll see her, and that will be exciting because we will be having this wonderful model in our Elvira dress that we're going to make today. So I'm going to take her apart a little bit, that way you can see basically what the action figure is like. She is rather interesting. She comes with several accessories, but I will I'll pull out the dog now. I probably should have done that before the stream started, but here we are. So we got her head, we got her. So she comes with some lovely accessories that we will not be using today, but since you should probably just see it anyway. So this particular figure comes with a couple sets of hands. As you can see, a shotgun, like knee pads, and 2 revolvers. So she's got trigger fingers in there, and all that fun stuff. So that's kind of a neat figure. We will be working with her without her head for the majority of the stream. But I want you to get an idea. She's fully articulated. Kind of amazing. Like the fact that they they do these things. Hi, Phyllis! Thank you! So I can't quite get this head on. So, but this is our model for the evening. So we're going to be making a little bit of a longer outfit for her. So, oh, is that how the neck goes on? Okay. I've only handled this, our model, once. Oh, okay. I'm gonna put that over there. So, don't know that we can get all of the things off, but we're gonna try. Hey, Tally! So we're gonna see how all this works out, because most of this stuff is supposed to come off, and I do wish my fiance had come home to show me how first. You can barely hear me? How about now? Is that better? Oh, this is going to be a pain. Did these come off? I hope this is amusing. I know all of this comes off. So, right, because that comes off, and that unhooks there. I think the shoes come off. Oh, that's a whole joint there. Watch me break his action figure online. Well, thank you. So, we're going to be doing a lot of hand sewing today. Is this really just not going to come off? I don't know. Okay. Well, we might be making her an outfit where this stuff stays on, because I don't want to break the action figure. So. So, I don't know how the feet come off, Mr. Give Guns. If you could type some info, I don't want to break it. So these dolls are actually really articulate, so that's part of the cool factor about that. Like, she's got full movement of her elbow, and all the joints are really, really good. I think they're ball joints. But the cool thing is she's kind of squishy. Like she's kind of fleshy. So this is going to work out perfectly for our Miss Elvira. Okay, just pull firmly. Okay. That's what she said. I'm going to get kicked off YouTube again. Oh! Aha! Not trying to break your figure. There we go. Alright, boots are off. So, I think these bad boys off. We're going to leave that on though. So we're going to be doing a lot of hand sewing tonight. I don't know how this comes off. So that's just going to stay on. Well, I'm working on it, Phyllis. So I have, for this evening, sitting on my hair, the items that we will be using will be hand sewing needles, some black velvet fabric, or black, well, that looks navy. I'm going to get some black thread, it's right behind me, and scissors. So we're going to see how this turns out, because I've never made a costume for a doll before, shockingly enough. So we're going to see how this goes. So I just need actual black. Actual black. So how is everyone else's day going? I threw some makeup on about an hour ago. And now I'm melting. I don't generally wear very much makeup at all. I haven't done elaborate makeup like this since college, I don't think. So, hopefully, I don't offend Elvira if she ever sees this. Ah! But y'all relate, so you missed the whole thing with the... It looks better without the glasses, but I can't see anything you people are saying, and I can't see what I'm doing, so... Contacts are hopefully going to be the next thing on the list. So... Under the moon I saw you. So soon you'll take me. So... Up in your arms, too late to beg you. Cancel it though I know. Well, I'm sure you are exhausted. It was super hot today. And can someone let me... Oh, I hope I didn't lose YouTube again. But if I lose YouTube, if I lost YouTube again, I give up. Alright. We're going to thread our needle. And we have that at the ready. I'm like covered in hair and all that fun stuff. Alright. I know this part is terribly exciting. So my favorite, well, I guess it's not my favorite because I think she only did one. But if anybody's seen the Elvira movie, I've rather enjoyed. Oh, okay. Thank you. I've rather enjoyed the ending of the Elvira movie where she's in the crazy, crazy spider bikini when she gets her own show, and it's very exciting. So maybe we'll do a recreation of that one day. We'll see. Because it's a fun thing. So, what we are going to do, first thing, is we are going to take this fabric, and because it's a doll, we're just going to straight up kind of wrap it around her and figure out exactly what we need to do from there. So we are going to, this is about a little bit too much fabric, but it goes to about there. We actually need to put those shoes back on for now. Make sure I put them right there. Just to get an idea. We don't want it to be too short now. Elvira has standards. So, we're going to go up like that. So we can drape the whole thing around her. Section. Now, an important thing with velvet is that there is a nape to it. It's not really something you can see on my camera, but when you feel it, it's going to have a smooth side, like not quite a rough side, but a side that's going to, whatchamacallit, I don't actually have the right word for it, but it's going to be rougher. So you have smooth and then the wrong way. So we got to make sure that we get this going the right way. The last thing we need is an awkward Elvira. Alright. So it seems like this is probably about enough fabric. So we're going to cut all the way down. That way we can have something to work with at a reasonable time. So this is actually a piece of scrap fabric left over from, I think, my sister's cape from Into the Woods in high school? Maybe? Maybe. I don't know. I don't remember. But when I was looking for fabric for this fun creation, I came across it, and I thought it was perfect. So again, got to make sure we're draping it the proper way. And we're going to drape it on our model here. And we're going to do this in two parts. We're going to do, obviously, the front first, and then the back. And unfortunately, I'm going to have to hand sew the whole thing, because it's so tiny, and there's no way I'm going to be able to get the machine to do these tiny little armholes. So, we are going to also use our handy dandy soap to do some drawing for cutting on our lovely model. We're going to do some tentative cuts here. This is going to be super custom, so we're going to be able to just kind of adjust it as we go. So, what else is going on with everyone? Do we have any exciting news? I know my town actually has been having an awesome art show. It's kind of all over. It just started. So that's kind of exciting. Alright. So we've got the beginnings of our dress. So we need to figure out some armholes. We may be putting a couple of darts in this bad boy. We'll see. I'm just gonna, because we're gonna have to sew actual arms on it, because it's not, this type of fabric is not stretchy enough to just totally make, totally make it just like molding. So we're gonna draw over those armholes where we want the armholes to be. We're gonna make them great. So again, I've never done anything like this before. So I will definitely be asking for some audience suggestions as I go along. Alright. So we have our beginnings of our dress. Let's see if I can make that work. Very humble beginnings. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to, now that I have a basic top shape, I will be kind of following the curves down because we all know Miss Elvira has big curves. Now one of the things we will not be doing this evening, we'll be messing with her hair and making a wig for her because I don't do hair, as you can see. Just gonna snip that a little bit away. Snip that a little bit away. We might need those later. I'll leave those there. Alright. And we gotta remember when we're cutting to leave a little bit of seam in that. How are things over in YouTube land? I don't have my chat set up yet to see everybody's text, so that's in the works for the next stream. I gotta figure that out over the weekend, so everybody can party together on multi platforms. So that's a decent silhouette. So we're gonna mark that. We will likely have to adjust it, but we can at least work with it. As we get things a little bit closer, we'll be able to see more detail. So we are again still working on the front. The fun part about this is a project that will actually be done completely on the stream except for the snaps. We haven't figured out how we're doing that exactly, and that's not a thing that we see it, but you don't need to sit and see your hands so so then we're going to cut this one down. We're doing this, obviously, the super scientific super scientific, super serious, because that's all we are. Hey, Give Guns, what is the name of this doll? This action figure that we're working on? I know there's like, I introduced her briefly, but I don't know if she has an actual name. Oh no! Oh, okay. So, so fun fact, hopefully I'll be able to download this back, because I have insufficient disk space, so hopefully we keep going. Hooray for being live! So, alright. We got that. We got that. And we can chop it off at the bottom probably about here. That'll give us enough to work with. Okay, I did say that, so I did get it right. Hooray! So for anyone not aware, this particular brand of doll is from the company Phicen, P-H-I-C-E-N, and the brand is TBLA. So, another fun fact, I did make this dress. I used it for a Morticia costume for Halloween quite a few years ago. So, different hair, obviously. So, but all right. Zero. Let's see how we're making out so far with some general broad cuts. Yeah, that's all the box said. I believe she's just called the cowgirl figure. So we have part of a dress. What we're gonna do is we're actually gonna sew it onto her inside out. That way we can get a precise fit. So the back will be a little bit easier, just because it's pretty much a straight shot. Again, we're finding that the neck, now blanking. Is it actually called the neck? So we can't use that piece. So, zero, we're just finding which way the nap of the fabric goes so we can cut another piece for the back. It goes like that, so we need to make sure we have enough for some flute in the back. It looks like we'll be able to cut right there. So I apologize for the lighting. One of the things that is on my list is a ring light of some sort. If you have suggestions, let me know in the comments. Because I am open. I need to figure one out. Did I just put the wrong piece away? So, well, I put the wrong piece As you do. Alright. So, we're going to do a similar thing that we did to the front. Since her feet end about there, we're going to cut it a little bit longer than that. Because what we're going to do is we're going to do a little bit of a flared out at the bottom, like Elvira's dress. But we're also going to be weathering it, because there's little bits at the bottom that are open. Not open, but weathered. Okay. Phase 1. Alright. And we're going to get some armhole action. Okay. We're make a neck hole first. Alright. And we won't be seeing these marks after the fact, because we're going to have to fold it over and stitch it, so we don't really have to worry too much about that. We do need to, however, make bits for the sleeves. So we're going to make our armholes on this side. This is a very rudimentary way to do this, but I thought it might be fun. Let's kind of experiment a little as we go. So, we have some partial armholage, as you can see. So like we did with the front, we're going to kind of pull it tight and mark it about where it's going to go. That way we can cut it and put the two sides together. Fun fact, that's also essentially how I made this dress. I had a sleeve pattern, but I really just, instead of making a proper pattern, I just kind of grabbed fabric, cut it how I thought it should, and then sewed it to myself. I'm pretty sure I cried the whole time, so you don't do that with normal clothes. Oh, because that's not how you make it. The crying happened because that's how you don't make clothes. It's very difficult, especially when you're using non-stretch velvet. If it was stretch velvet, that'd be a different story. Stretch velvet is a pain in the butt to work with, regardless. Part of that has to do with it being stretch, because stretch moves all over the place, and it's just, machines have a tendency to not like it, and it's just no bueno. So, now we have, now we are just that much closer to our dress. Hooray! So, like I said before, what we're going to do is we're going to do some basting stitches to get the dress physically together. Oh, another fun fact, I have a towel in my head for this wig. That was my friend Lindsay's suggestion, was that I put a towel in there. And it's working out pretty good. This isn't bad for a $13 wig. Okay, so we're gonna get our front and our back together. We may be recutting part of our front now that I'm looking at it. Maybe not though. We'll see. So we have to get the front bits in place first. That way we can arrange the back bits to work properly. So that's about where we need them. So we're gonna just mark those just that way we can adjust later. So now the fun and exciting part where you get to watch me sew. So we're going to mark on the opposite side as well. Because what we're going to have to do is once we have this on her like this, we're going to trim everything down. Here. Also, another fun fact, never, ever stick a needle in your shirt for safekeeping. Because you will lose it, and you will get stuck with it. And I'm not saying stuck as in like, oh, it's there for life, but like it's gonna stick you and you're gonna bleed. So we don't want that. So if you see me do that, because I have a tendency to do that, just let me know. Okay, so you don't generally reuse the wrong type of needle, Mr. Toad Bag. You can reuse sewing needles. So what we are doing is just a general back stitch. And I don't know if this is actually going to end up showing up very well on the screen. But as soon as I have it finished, I will show you. So with all of the conventions being shut down and everything, I do not know when this particular creation will make her way to our Miss Elvira. But I hope one day it does. Okay. So now we're going to do a stitch to this right off. Now, if this were a person, I would be doing more stitches, and I would do more back stitching. Well, hello to the people who just joined on YouTube. Make some noise in the chat. Again, apologies for the glasses, but I can't see anything without them. So I'll make sure to make a clip without the glasses. Alright, where is our mark? take that, do that. Gonna make sure we not go back of the needle again, to the back of the thread. I've already stabbed myself somehow with something. I wonder if it was when I took the wig off the styrofoam earlier. So luckily, I have an amazing friend who made this work. What? Oh, you made it! Thank you for joining. I fully appreciate it. The ridiculousness that is this current live stream. I kind of right now, I don't feel as much like Elvira as I feel like Moira from Schitt's Creek. So, just waiting for somebody to get. Oh, David! But the lipstick and the wig are making me feel more like Moira. We're making our way through that right now with I think we're on. I can't remember if we're on season 2 or season 3. So, but it's a very if you haven't watched it, it's on Netflix, and you should. So, do that. Okay. 0. And if you see me going to touch my eyes, make sure that I don't do that either, because the sheer amount of makeup that I have, I'm gonna have to wash them. I did have an issue with some eyelash glue, so not only am I caked in makeup, I am caked in eyelash glue, but the eyelashes would not stick. So I need to figure out, if I do something like this again, I have to properly figure out false eyelashes. So, it's one of those moments. I was going to also make a video of me attempting to do my makeup, because it's got to be one of the most hilarious things on the planet, because I am this close with the eyeliner. With my glasses, I'm like putting stuff on my eyes like this, so it's a whole thing. So, oh, I guess we lost. We did. Where's that back? Maybe. Let's do that. There we go. We're back to this. Make sure we see the chat. Beautiful. Beautiful. Alright. Of course I do. Oh. So now we're gonna tie this off. Except I just failed that. Try that again. So I don't generally do a lot of hand sewing, because it's time consuming, and it's very tedious. I like doing beadwork. I don't know how exciting that will be unless I get a second camera. So, alright, so we have our root, very, 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 very rough top sewn together. Very rough. Alright. Very rough. So we gotta adjust this bad boy a little bit. but we're getting there. So this is why we will put this on inside out to see exactly what we have to do. So it's a lot easier. I should have found a stand or something for her. That probably would have made life a lot easier. But what we're going to have to do, it looks like, is pull this bad boy up a little bit, or just pull this one up. Sorry. You can't see what I'm doing. Pull this one up a little bit. Give it a little bit more, even it out a little bit. Because again, we're just kind of cutting and going. So we're going to do that. Our one side is fine. That will work. The other side needs a little bit of love. That's what we're going to do. That is very much not even. So, luckily, due to, yeah, hi. Oh, right. So, because this side works, the other side doesn't, we're going to even them out. That's got to come up a little bit. And we'll sew that one like that. Alright. We're just going to baste that to make sure that we did it right this time. Except, yes, who forgot to knock their knee? So, I like to think that I'm a professional, but realistically, I just play one on TV. So, one thing I'm excited for this week, and I hope that it happens, is my local town. There's going to be a food truck. And I am a sucker for tater tots. And that's going to be tomorrow, hopefully. And hopefully, we don't get rained out. So we shall see. All I know is I need to get myself some of that. So, one of the local homebrews, called 8 and Sam, they came out with a spiked seltzer that's strawberries and something? Not exactly sure. I forget. It's not strawberries and cream, it's like strawberries and basil? I think it's strawberries and basil. But it sounds delicious. And I've enjoyed their seltzers thus far. So there we go. So that looks much better. Pull it up a little bit so you can see. Yay! We're even again. So we're going to trim this up, stitch this down. So what kind kind of things would you lovely people? I guess, yeah, basil and strawberry and summer salads. I guess that makes sense. But what would you lovely folks like to see from this stream? Obviously, you're here because of Elvira. Um, I kind of had some plans for um, a Throwback Thursday edition where I take vintage garments, some of them nightmares, that deserve to be turned into something else. So the idea is to kind of play with that on the live stream. Grab a mannequin, take apart the dress, and or whatever, and create something totally unique and one of a kind. It seems like a fun idea. Do you folks think that's thank you, Textbook. I appreciate that. I've recently it might have a delay. YouTube might be on a delay. I have no idea. So it was not doing a very good job earlier. So I just hope my YouTube people. I hope you're still all there. Oh. Okay. We have top hinge. I'm gonna give this little bit of trim back here. I could use it. So, pictures of this will be posted on the Instagrams and the Facebooks. So, I'm assuming that's how you found me. If it's not, links are in all of the descriptions, I think. Hopefully. Hopefully I did that right. So now we're going to just sew this bad boy up on the sides. I'm going to pin it first, that way we end up even. Helps if I put it proper like that. Alright. Toot, 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 toot. So, but if you think on the YouTubes that might be a thing you would watch, please let me know. I'm trying to think of ways to keep the stream interesting and ways to use frugal resources. Like maybe I'll do a stream where I go thrift shopping to find things for the stream. Maybe that's a thing. And of course, one day I will have my life together also. So I will also be putting up kind of polls. And how does Thursdays at 8 work for everyone? We've got quite a few people here. This is very exciting. So thank you again for showing up. I would have been very sad if I got all dressed up with no place to go. So. Woo. Luckily, this has a little bit of a stretch to it. We may need to recut that front part, because that's looking a little rough. That's not doing what it's supposed to do. And again, this is why you don't do this, folks. Is that supposed to be an emoji? Because that's not popping up on my screen. It says chill with dog. Is that like an actual emoji on YouTube? Alright, yep, so we're gonna have to redo the front. Not the end of the world. Oh. Luckily, because we just basted stitched these in and not super crazy stitch, we can, I can get this out pretty quickly. Pins up there so I don't lose them. So in case you were wondering, my setup currently is just my laptop on an ironing board. Hi, Sissy! Thanks for joining. I don't know what the delay is like over on the, oh, you're on Twitch. You joined on Twitch. I appreciate you. I just realized you told me that you did that. So, we're having to redo the front because guess who cut it too skinny? So here's hoping I have enough fabric to do. This is going to be a very short live stream. And also, here's hoping that we don't lose Wi-Fi again, because, knock on wood, Monday we had a huge storm, just getting going, and we lost the stream. That was very sad. Okay, so this is going to end up with the weave going a different way. But that's okay. At this point, we're going with it. We're going with it. So I really do appreciate everyone tuning in. This has been an interesting journey, this whole live streaming thing. Still not sure how I feel about it, but I'm not going to stop. I'm just going to keep going. Okay. Zero. What I'm going to do, I'm actually going to trace what I have already. Kind of see the mess that I've made over here. Well, where did my back piece go? See, I'm already making a mess. I'm making a mess, I'm losing things. There we go, here's our back piece. Back piece! Other piece! Ugh. Okay. So we have the basic shape, so we're just gonna kinda move all this stuff out of the way. We'll need those for sleeves later. So this wig is actually really, really itchy, so I don't recommend getting a $13 wig ever. Oh, the other thing I didn't do is put on a wig cap, so that could be why I'm so itchy. I was given one, and I failed. So we're going to copy this, give it a little bit more room. A little bit more room. Not too much, but a little bit. Well, that's kind of nice. And this is just, I mean, we're experimenting. We're making art as we go. Right? How was your trip home, sissy? Basically like that. And that's basically like that. So that looks more like a dress pattern than what we have before. We're making it up as we go along. Isn't that the American way? Don't it? Okay. So the fun thing about live streaming, you never know how things are going to go. To be completely honest with you, I had no idea who was going to show up. What I did with my other piece. And we're live, folks. So that's the old front, right? Old front goes away. What did we do with our... Oh, I keep burying things. Okay. So now we got that cut out. Just so. Here was our model. Alright. So, take some more thread. So, one of the more exciting things I'm hoping to do as this channel expands is going to be, so we've got the Mask Up Monday that I'm working on, 4 p.m.-ish, mostly to just kind of keep going with stuff I gotta make into masks anyway. I have, bridal masks that I want to experiment with, because that's the thing now. Because there are lots of weddings that now require them. So, I know there's a few people I know getting married in September. So, hopefully, we won't need them, but you know, we'll see. But, Mask Up Monday is a thing. If 4 p.m. is not a good time, let me know. I'm just trying to reach different people. I think next week we are working with blush knot wraps. We're gonna make a couple of fun masks out of those. Or we're gonna continue with our Got AF theme and make some crazy funky black lace something. Maybe. I don't know. You can tell me what you'd like to see. Because the Crown Oil bags were fun. I haven't finished one yet, but it's on the list. So, that's on the list for this weekend, actually. Get that finished up. Today's Thursday, yes, today's Thursday, so tomorrow. Alright. Back in business. That thread is stuck in her. So. And apologies for the sniffles. I am perpetually ill. Allergies are not my friend. And I think that the eye makeup might not be helping with that either. It's been a while since I've done anything like this. So we can sew up our front, our shoulder seam again. Now that we have this adjusted, we should be good to go. So, another exciting thing that I'm hoping to just kind of play around with is I will be doing some live alterations. That way, if you have any questions about things, I have two. One is just a gown. The other one is a bridesmaid dress. So the exciting part about that is you get to see kind of what goes into a garment, what goes into a well-made garment, and what goes into a not so well-made. And I've asked permission with all these people to make sure that they were okay with me streaming, working on the clothes. So if you have clothes that you want me to work on the live stream, let me know. I figured a mending 101 is going to be a stream at one point. So like simple things like darning socks and I don't know, simple holes in your t-shirt, things like that. Got a whole pile of mending that I gotta do. Fixing jeans, putting things on jeans. Lots of ideas. I don't know if any of it's interesting. Alright. One! Ah. Oh, that's the wrong. Wrong show! So. Okay. We'll move on to the next one. Yeah. If I ever do anything for a action figure of this nature, I need to make sure I get a stand. Because her moving around like a crazy person is not assisting me in any way. It's not doing me any favors. I bet there's gonna be somebody that tunes into the stream and is like, what is she doing? This is the first way to do this ever. Probably. But that's what makes it fun. Okay, I want to make sure that is going to do what we want to do. There we go. That should work. That should wait. So, does anyone in the chat cosplay at all? Do we have any cosplayers in our midst? This is the first costume that I've put on quite a long time, actually. Longer than I would have liked. Life happens, though. Yeah. So you die. One of the fun things about streaming is finding out all kinds of different things about people that are watching and are interested in. And I swear this is going to look good when it's done. Another exciting thing I can't wait to do. I actually have a friend's dress that I have to make. That was supposed to be for an art gallery opening, but because, you know, it got canceled due to the state of everything. So, but that just now gives me an opportunity to do it live at the stream. So, and I will be using proper patterns to make proper patterns to make that. Proper isn't always proper. Like with this, look what we've done so far. We've done some amazing work. We have a proper fitting bit, top bit. So now we're gonna go back to where we were before and pin this bad boy up on the sides. We can get rid of bothering me. And possibly one of these streams we may end up making an outfit for our chunky princess Kristen. We'll see though. I don't know how she's gonna tolerate it. If she's not gonna tolerate it, I'm like, alright. Pin this up the sides so we can see where everything's gonna sit and where we need to sit. Because remember at the beginning of this, we just kind of cut. Like, there. Do your best to not stab yourself while you're doing this also. Okay. We do, the dress itself does have a very, very high slit up in the front, but we're still going to sew it up the sides anyway, because the slit is actually closer to the front of the leg than the side. Luckily, we're working with a fabric that's got a little bit of stretch, so that'll be good for what we're doing. Getting this spotted off our lovely, lovely model. Thank goodness she can't talk. She'd be yelling at me right now, I think. We gotta adjust that back a little. One of the things hindering me right now is the fact that I didn't take off any of her armor, but I think that will work to our favor when we go to flip it over, and I haven't made it too tight. Alright. We want this to go a little bit further down. So we're about knee length, and then we're going to let it flare. This poor girl. I'm very glad she can't talk. Okay. So we have our model pin, as you can see. So we've got a good amount of excess that we're going to have to get rid of. But what we're going to do first is we're going to space stitch it. That way we can kind of futz with it from there. So. Also, if you're wondering, background music is for Spotify. So, if you just search for the Dark and Gothic stream, that's where all of this came from. Tunes-wise. I'm just extremely excited. I'm going to be able to finish a product on a stream. I haven't done that yet. So if you hang out, you'll be able to see the finished product. I haven't decided if she should lace up in the back or not. That might be easiest. Or maybe Velcro. I don't know. I got a thing for lace ups. Corsets. They just look so pretty. Alright. 0. I'm going to start this side. We're actually going to sew on the opposite side. So I am sewing, we have our pins. I'm going to sew on this side of the pin. That way it'll stretch enough to come on and off. That means we may not need button. So we're going to end up having to adjust that armhole a little bit, but that's okay. That is what we are doing. We are making it up as we go. Pardon me for a second. Your whole world can change if only you just broke through. Through the pieces of your head, but your fears are doing nothing for you. Keep your head up, your mind up, you'll always come through. Cause living it up is a big deal, it's good for you. I'm gonna do some nice big basting stitches. Walk it all great, lots of busy lines you can stand up to. Don't put yourself down, you'll never win, so let's not smash through. Try not to stab myself in the process. Through the fear of being real, through the fear of being really you. Cause living it up, it's a big thing, it's good for you. Alright. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Ah, okay. Yeah, 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 yeah. It's been so long since I've done anything like this. So, I think that if you're at home streaming this, you should tell me what your favorite goth band is if you have one. Or if you don't have a favorite goth band, what's your favorite 80s band? I'm pretty sure my favorite both goth and 80s band is 80s band or Susie and the Banshees. I love some Cyndi Lauper too, but Susie's got my heart. Susie was the inspiration for most of my makeup in high school, so. I don't know, we might not. So, how do we think I did on the makeup? Is it drag enough to be Elvira? Billy Joel fan and too naive for serious goth followers. Well, I was too young for serious goth followers in the 80s, so I I guess I can relate to that. But Billy Joel's I appreciate some Billy Joel for sure. Yeah. Alright. Trying to not do the whole top of my head thing. Well, yeah, that's on camera. The shot that I took before, I didn't take with any filters, and I couldn't see what I was doing. So, I'm just glad I got one before I did all this. Because who knows what this is going to look like after, you know, a couple hours of streaming. Alright, so we got one side, not including poop. I love Billy Joel. There's, Uptown Girl is amazing. And of course, I'm on the spot now, and I can't think of any other Billy Joel song, or a title to a Billy Joel song. Oh, stop! Not best of 1 and 2. I listen to a decent amount of Billy Joel, more than Italian Restaurant. Thank you very much. I just have always been terrible with names of songs and artists. Like, my favorite song ever of all time is What's Up by the Four Non Blondes, and I learned the title and the artist. I didn't learn it until I was in 11th grade, I think. So 11th grade is when I actually figured out the name of my favorite song of all time, even though I've been singing it since I was 5. So don't try to figure out my age either. I'm an evil witch, who's many centuries old. Just been reincarnated a couple times. Best got video. I haven't actually watched lots of music videos of the goth music from back in the day. I know a lot of the music, but I haven't watched too many music videos. That's I know the shame and the sin and all that fun stuff. But that was not on my radar, unfortunately. So, in case you on YouTube are wondering who I'm talking to, on the Twitch, I'm being asked some questions, so I'm doing my best to answer them. Alright, on to the other side! So we have one side. We're very excited about that. So, where is that? There we go. Ah! It's not the most, there we go. Again, this is not the best way to go about things. I, highly recommend. I just figured this might make it more interesting. Danger of sewing. Rebel seamstress. Take no prisoners. Oh no. Okay. So I realize this part I may have been able to do on the machine had I got it properly. But we're too far gone now. We've made too many choices, so we're gonna keep going with it. Too many choices. So again, I really appreciate everyone here. This is it's fun to see so many people hanging out. Especially since I haven't seen so many of you in so long. I'm gonna have to properly pack up Elvira so I can wear her to Halloween pretty soon. Soon? Or you know what I mean. So, hand sewing, as you can see, is incredibly cool. I'm hoping to figure out how to use my phone as a camera and add that to this stream somewhere. That way you can, instead of just watching me like that, you can actually see what I'm doing. So, just realize now it's not very exciting. Okay, one more stitch. We're going to take those pins out and see how we did. Alright. Alright, not sticking ourselves with the pin. Alright. Kind of rudimentary again, so we're going to trim this bad boy up a little bit. That way when we flip it over, there's not an excess of fabric being all bulky and annoying. Because the last thing we want is a bulky dress on Elvira. Alright. So that's what we got so far. Now let's see if we can get this sucker off. If we can get it off, we'll be able to get it back on again. Does it have enough stretch? Will it stretch? Woo! Party! And it stretched. Let's see if we can get it back on again. Alright, well that seam was not done very well. Ah. Let's see. Can we fix it? This is kind of like me getting into this dress today. I think the last time I wore this dress was the photo shoot that we did. That is all of my it's on all my business cards right now. It's on I think it's my background in a couple of places. Alright. Alright, so what this tells me is we will certainly have to add some sort of closure because it's a little tight. As it's supposed to be. But we're going to have to be able to get it on and off the figure. So, to make that easier, I'm just definitely going to put a little bit of a... There we go. Alright. Alright. I'm going to put a slit in the back. That way we'll be able to get it on and off her. She can torch very well. Yes, we'll definitely have to do that. But so far, so good, right? Can we match? So, from here, I'm going to adjust this a little bit. Trim this up, make this a little bit more nice, and add that cut. I'm going to make a cut right down the back here. That way, it'll be easier to get her in and out easily, I think. Lift it all up. Oh, pins down. Okay, so we've got our... That way we can get her in and out of the dress. For now, we're going to pin that up so we can actually see what we're doing. Okay, so we're going to pin this bad boy in the back. So she stays closed while we're adjusting things. Luckily, all we need is just one little pin there. So, you can see it's still a little big, but we're going to take it in as we're going along because we don't want to. Last thing we need is to make it too small and then it won't fit at all. So, phase 1 completed. We're going to clean this up a little bit. A little bit of extra here. Lower the curtain down, alright. I got no time for private consultation under the Milky Way tonight. Wish I knew what you were looking for. Just might have known what you would find. And it's something quite okay. So our front is in good shape. We're gonna have to top stitch that, obviously, but I think that's a good start. We're gonna adjust the armholes a little bit. We don't want them to be super tiny because we're gonna have to get these over her hands. Well, the hands on this are actually removable. So, but in terms of still slipping things on and off, you don't want it to be super, super tight.
Wish I knew what you were looking for. Might have known what you were finding.
But we still need them to be carnival shoes. So that's pretty good. So what we're going to do is we're going to move on to, I think we're going to move on to figuring out where our bottom's going to end. We've got this huge extra bit of fabric that I think we can cut out.
It's something quite peculiar. Something
Right.
shimmering and white.
And we want to make it even. So we're going to
Lead you here, despite your destination. Under the Milky Way tonight. Wish I knew what you were looking for. Might have known what you would find.
So now we're pretty much even. We're still going to have to even that out a little bit. But now we're going to flip it back right side out and sew the long sides together. Oh, she's getting linty. I'm going to have to lint roll her. So now that we have our dress mostly done, we can go ahead and take a peek and see what we got. So we're going to even these out. These are kind of cut haphazardly, so I'm just going to make an evening out cut. Put your head over there. You need to get ahead of the game. Because it's a head. Okay. I think I'm funny. My pun master fiance probably enjoyed that. Okay, we got one side, and one side is going to be a little bit sloopier than the other again because we're going to put that slit in, and we want to make sure that it's at least still fairly tight, but still fairly floopy, if that makes any sense at all. Okay. We may have put the slit on the wrong side, but it's hard, so we're going to go with it. Alright. Now that we have our basic little mini dress, we're going to sew up that other side. Fred. Yeah. Alright. So I'm debating if I should also start streaming video games, because that's what these platforms were actually made to do. So I have a couple of backlogged video games that I may start playing. Just I don't think I'm gonna schedule those. I think those are just gonna be random. See who shows up streams. So make sure you're subscribed. I only need. I was at 79 subscriptions for YouTube as of the last time I checked, which I think was yesterday. Hey, John! And I am. You need 50 to be able to start doing fun stuff on Twitch. So I need to figure out. I think I needed 21 on the Twitch, something like that. I don't remember, but it wasn't a lot. It was almost the same amount that I needed for YouTube. So what we got so far, and 1 second. There goes all my makeup. Whoop! And I'm back. Sorry, my nose. I keep getting the wig hair in my face, so my nose is everywhere. So I think all of the makeup is now off my nose. Okay. So we're gonna keep doing this. So, since you just tuned in, John, we're making an Elvira dress for our lovely model. To be seen by the actual Elvira at an undetermined date. So that's the kind of fun we're having this evening. So I'm going to be interested to see what kind of comments I ended up with on social media after I posted this picture. I could not see, and I didn't have time because I frequently overplan, and I have plenty of time to do makeup. I have plenty of time to do. I'm completely set up for everything. Try to do too many things in one day. Something always hits the fan. But I feel like I'm doing pretty good today. At least with this. So we're getting this all stitched up. Then we're going to stitch the other side. And as we stitch the other side, we're going to see where we're going to put that slit after we put this back on. Then we get to make fun little tiny sleeves. All of the tiny sleeves. Which thankfully, because it's an action figure, the sleeves will be much easier than they will on person. Whereas sleeves are awesome on garments, but it's just getting them right the way that I've been doing them is very, very difficult. So I'm also hoping to get some pattern making software to make my life a little bit easier. Because going to a mannequin and draping and then flat patterning and if I could just, start off with a pattern, and I don't like starting off with commercial patterns, because then I don't want to say it's disingenuous to the creative process, but if I'm trying to make original work, I don't necessarily want to use somebody else's pattern. There's only so many ways you can make a dress shirt and things like that, but if you want a truly unique garment, you have to start from scratch. And that's why everything I do takes forever. Okay. So we're just gonna tie this bad boy off. We got one side done. We don't want to lose our pin. Don't want to lose our pin. Pin? That's a needle. We don't want to lose our needle. Don't want to lose our needle. Don't want to get stabbed with it either. No. Come on. Come on. Come on. Aha! Okay. Ah. Alright. So we're going to put this back on first, that way we can figure out where that slit's going to go. If it actually turns out to be in the right spot, then we don't have to sew this up. And if it's not, then we'll adjust. Alright. So this is never a thing that I thought I would be doing in my days of sewing. I kind of figured I'd be making clothing for dolls or something, but I figured I might have children or something like that to do that for instead of an action figure. Alright. Thank goodness we put that slit in the back. Slit in the back. We're gonna have to fix that one. That's okay. Let's get her in the back. In the back. No it didn't. Really? Well, then I done screwed something up. That's not helpful. That's why no one's here. There's gonna be a lot of sad people when they come and they tune in. Apparently my Facebook... What? Somebody tell me what time Facebook said, because I thought it said 8 o'clock. No, there was only one event. Only one event. I don't know what you're talking about. Someone stole my event. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I did not make an event for 11 o'clock. I think Facebook is messing with you. Oh wow, it's 10 o'clock. Okay, so we have our dress thus far, and that is not really where we want the slit to go. So we'll sew that back up, but first we're gonna put our slit where we want it. So I think we're gonna go right here. I forget, is it the don't remember if her slit is on the left or the right side. Doesn't matter. We have handy dandy Google, so let's make sure. Let's make that a thing. Show me the slit. So, alright, according to this, it is on the right side. The right side. Okay. I'm touching the leg that the slit goes on. We're going to try and cut that. Oh, we gotta go a little higher. It is Elvira. It is Elvira. Okay, we have our lovely slip. Okay. So, I think I'm gonna put sleeves on this bad boy. And then it's just finishing work. So then you'll be able to check out the complete, the finalized on the foot. Alright. Make sure we get this going the right way. Alright. We're gonna figure out sleeves. Figuring out sleeves. Take off her hands. Maybe not. We're on a ball joint. It should come off. Alright, we're not going to take off our hands today. Because I'm not going to break them. These are not cheap figures, by the way. So lots of people customize them, obviously, which is what we're doing today. But it's not necessarily the widest of markets either. We're going to trim that there. Make life a little bit easier. So sleeves actually have what you call a cap. Now the cap of the sleeve is where your seam goes. So obviously on this garment, the cap of the sleeve, actually that's actually where it's supposed to go. So the cap is like literally either right on where the joint is on your sleeve, or a little bit higher, depending upon where you want it, I guess. So, but it always has a roundish shape. So here is the top of our sleeve. So we're going to trim this a little bit. We're going to stop my nose from running. Because that's a thing. Hopefully.
He's a screaming the truth. Killing excuse.
Apologies. My nose does not want to cooperate with me today.
He's screaming away.
Alright. And we're actually going to leave this uneven the way it is. Because Elvira's sleeves have that wispy, textured delightfulness. So this should work for our sleeve. So we're going to cut a second one before we sew it all together. And luckily, so normally sleeves have actually two different curves because sleeves, you have two different armholes. There's the front and the back. So the front and the back are going to be, the front of your sleeve is going to be a little bit larger than the back of your sleeve. Or I just said that backwards and I'm not. It's been a day. Point is, there is a front and a back to the curve on the sleeve when you're not making it horizontal. Right. And we're going to trim this one up just a little bit. We don't need that much. We don't want it to be that much. In fact, we're going to copy this little bit of an angle that we have going on. Okay. Then we're going to put this back on our arm so we can sew it proper. And what I will do for you lovely folks, since you've hung out for so long with me, and I fully appreciate it, I will be sewing the sleeves on, showing you our almost finished product, and then letting you enjoy the rest of your evening, because it's hand sewing, tweaking, which doesn't always make for the best entertainment. I want to make sure you're entertained, people. Or learning something, maybe? So we have our sleeve pinned. We'll go ahead and sew those. We're going to sew these sides together first, and then we're going to sew them to the actual garment. Also, if anyone has any suggestions for webcams I am looking for one of those in the future. That way I can 10 up my my streaming experience for you. So we are threading the needle as is tradition. Well, it may not be needed for the mic. I don't know, but I need to up my game here. Because really, I should have a webcam on the things that I'm doing. I'm learning all this stuff, folks. So thank you for bearing with me. Live streaming is a whole different world that I can't even tell you how much time I've delved into learning, and I still feel like I know nothing. Concerned about? Alright. Yeah, and I don't know that a microphone is necessarily something that's extremely important in my instance, because I'm not streaming musical content, really. I am not a musician. Although, I do hope, when all this COVID nonsense is over, that all of us can go to a karaoke bar and have some fun. Because we could all think what the world needs right now is more karaoke. That's my personal opinion. You can tell me I'm wrong, but well, what the world needs now is definitely more karaoke. Collingswood has like everything. Of course Collingswood has a karaoke. I'm wondering if Captain's Corner will open back up and have that. That would be exciting. Oh, I realized I know what next Mascot Monday is going to be. So, because COVID, I'm actually working on masks that have a flap and a straw, so that you may more safely enjoy your adult beverages. So I've seen them a couple of places, and I need to get some lightweight magnets, because you don't want a giant magnet. And I think that's what we're gonna do on Monday. So if you're interested in seeing some very sparkly magnets, you can tune in. Or you can catch the replay, because I don't know how long they stay up on Twitch and YouTube, but the replays are there. So I mean, you can kind of. I'm gonna start making clips of more interesting content, because there's some content where I'm just kind of waiting for people to talk, or I'm waiting for this, or I start getting into the zone. So, one sleeve. I'm not showing you these stitches because live streaming and hand sewing. I know now. Not the best of not the best of ideas. But you don't know till you try. So. I have to apologize for drinking so much water. Trying to hydrate. It's very hot in here. And the wig, and the towels, and the velvet. Luckily, I think it went down the temperature outside. So, that's a thing. I need one of those like air fans that you put around your neck. Or just a big fan. There we go. So. Raise your hand if you learned anything today. Because I know one thing that I learned is how to not put fake eyelashes. Oh, that's been stuck. All straight. Okay. We are sewing the sea, flowing. So, in case you were wondering, I have I store most of my notions in little old medicine bottles because they're really convenient when you need to take stuff on the go. So, I enjoy them. In case you're wondering what I'm doing with them. All of my sewing notions will eventually be in little orange bottles. So, I'm hoping to end up with enough subscribers so that I can start adding fun little things like maybe like emojis or I don't know. There's like different things you can do when you're in voice for a stream, and there's all kinds of fun ideas I have for that. So it makes everything more interactive, at least on the Twitch. I don't know if YouTube has anything interactive like that. I'm still exploring the YouTube world. It's a little bit, it's kind of a lot different from Twitch in the regards that it's just got have the same moving parts, but they're not as easily accessible, if that makes any sense. So, we're almost done with this there. Woo! Sleeves! We have sleeves. Now we're going to attach the sleeves. So that's what to do. You attach them. That's kind of the whole point of this. So one of the things I'm gonna have to do off screen is tweak the sides a little bit, because it's not quite as tight as it needs to be, but it definitely needs to be tighter because it's Elvira. So pardon me one more time.
She's in love with herself. She likes the dark. And I'm the milk white man.
Okay.
That was
Sorry about that one, folks. Oop. What do we do?
now it's all hollow.
Where did you come back? Way up of you? Okay. Just a reminder that we're live. I unplugged my my laptop during the last stream, and I almost thought I lost everything. And it was very sad. All right, flipping inside out again. We're going to flip our sleeves, the right side out, and we're gonna sew it in this way. This is the part that I absolutely need to hand sew because it's so tiny. See how this is gonna work. Okay. Yep. Sometimes you stare at something for too long, and you think you're doing the wrong thing, but you're really doing the right thing. I've done that a lot too. Alright, so we're gonna sew this bad boy in. Ah! Every day is Halloween. Alright. Making some noise. Sewing the sleeve. asleep. Someone asleep. Woo! So, I do hope. Oh, hey! You made it to the stream! Sorry, you just saw the top of my head. I keep doing this. So that's one of the things that I'm learning with the live stream is that maybe hand sewing without seeing what I'm doing is not the best idea. So, but you know, we're learning. There's a curve. So thank you for joining us. Yes, adventures, exactly. All of the adventures shall be had. I'm good at having adventures. Yeah. Ah. Am I gonna make it with enough thread? No. No, I'm not. But it's enough so you can see it. Don't stab myself, put it on the thing. Alright. How do we feel about multiple stream projects? I'm trying to figure out if that is a good idea, bad idea. I may do some marathon projects maybe on a random Saturday, but I'm toying with quite a few different ideas. So not exactly. It's like a series, I guess? A series of, this is what we're doing today. This is what we're going to get it done today. Okay. We have a sleeve, mostly. Gonna need another couple stitches. But, that's okay. Because I can at least show you. And I may have to stop streaming soon, because my eyes are just absolutely... I think my body is telling me it's time for the makeup to go. It's either that or the wig. I can't tell what thing is causing the most. Ah, it's so exciting! Okay. Get her together. And adjust. little bit. Hey, Mom! Thank you for showing up! I appreciate it. So this is where we are at with our Miss Elvira dress. So, I think, truthfully, with this, I think I'm going to call it an evening. We are at 10:30. You lovely, lovely people have spent 2.5 hours with me while I've done this ridiculous, ridiculous thing. To see the finished product, I'm going to be finishing this tomorrow, hopefully. Tomorrow, Saturday. Check the socials, the Instagram, and all that fun stuff. Again, thank you for everyone for showing up for this whatever. Make sure to like and subscribe and all the things with the buttons and the bells and the things. That way you know next time I next time I'm popping up in your feed. So let's see if I can I'm not. So thank you all for coming and have unpleasant dreams. It would work better if I could stop the stream there.